What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling fantastic today. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just the best, Cancer, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Yourself has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. So the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, wherever, Cancer, this one's for you. And I do tarot card spreads based off our ruler here, the good old Moon. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going void, of course. Just all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, and everything will be dope, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cancer. So, Cancer, hope you're feeling just fantastic. We're in a full moon phase now. The moon is in Libra. And with the moon being in Libra, this is just a very harmonious energy. You know, you might be feeling a little more charming, a little more just elegant, and just feeling your best self, Cancer. But this is a good energy too if we have any sort of like legal work that we need to look over, any kind of documents, anything along those lines. Libra can cover that kind of energy as well, you know, bring in that focus. And also, Cancer, you may notice that you might feel a little indecisive at this time, you know, because, you know, Libra weighing the options. It's just something just to pay attention to, okay? And then with the moon being in a full moon phase. Oh, one more thing. Jumped the gun there. Libra is also great energy for partnerships as well, you know, as far as strengthening any sort of like relationship, whether that be in a love relationship, a business, a familial, friends, however that's looking. So this is a great time to just like, if we've been wanting to hang out with some people or, you know, just or reconnect or however that's looking, Cancer. Libra energy, you know, Moon in Libra is great for that, you know, take these next couple days. And then with the moon being in a full moon phase, as you see, oh, I was going to say, we're so excited because we're celebrating. It might even be working out, Cancer. But with the moon being a full moon phase, this is a time to celebrate. And really just like, take a moment and just like really reflect on how you're feeling, you know, how this self-improvement, whatever we set out for the beginning of this lunar cycle, has raised your vibration. And who knows, Cancer, maybe in raising yours, maybe this has raised other people's too. You know, maybe we've inspired others to kind of maybe get along with whatever, you know, improvement that you've, you know, tackled this lunar cycle here. So take this time and just really, you know, celebrate that win and really give it that appropriate time, because it's those little wins, Cancer, that we do every cycle that really add up to that really big, full, you know, just bit rich win. So give yourself a round of applause. Let's just take a moment and look at you, Cancer. And then last couple things, Cancer. These readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. In the decks that I'm working with, I'll include links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested there, Cancer. But let's talk about your general energy of the day, which is the 6th card of Capricorn, which is the bodybuilder. Look at you, Cancer, just so fit, flexing. And with the bodybuilder, this is a card of power, strength, forceful, determined, discipline, vigor, domination, push forward, influence, leverage, mastery, resolve, intense, resistance, self-improvement, and exercise. And you know, Cancer, I feel like just on a general level, if we have been kind of working on just like getting like a, you know, moving the body more, thinking about like, and this doesn't have to be where you're doing like kick-throughs like these two are, they're kind of doing a lot here. But, you know, if you're just getting into this place where we're moving the body more, maybe going out for more walks, you know, maybe making some time for some yoga, maybe some Pilates, however that's looking, you know, I say, you know, it's great, you know, and for all of us to make it a point, and it doesn't have to be anything like super strenuous again like these two. We don't have to be lifting kettlebells or kettleballs, but just any way that we can get to moving the energy. And then listen, you know, I understand we're coming from, you know, maybe different conditions, you know, we're depending on where the health's at. Make it work for you. If we're maybe we're cooped up in the house for something, you know, let's do a couple laps around the house. Let's make it fun. Let's switch it up a little bit. You know, maybe make it like an obstacle course. Maybe move around. Well, if we're laying up in the house, that might be a little difficult, Cancer. But maybe this would be a fun time to call over a friend. Maybe we can move around some stuff and maybe just do some laps around. Maybe we do like a you know, dance party. Make it work for you, Cancer. But there's something that, you know, just in general, getting in that habit really just helps the energy move. And I find that, you know, considering our sign, Cancer, you know, that we're represented by the crab, I'm just thinking too, you know, whenever we get caught up in, like, let's say like intense emotions, or, you know, something feels like it's kind of weighing down on our vigor or our power or something along those lines, getting out of your shell, Cancer, you know, because sometimes even in like our safe space in our home, if we're in an energy for too long, our space may pick up on that as well, you know, where just your energy permeates throughout the room. So just something to keep in mind if we've been kind of maybe in like a little spiral or something like that, not quite feeling harmonious, Cancer. I really feel, you know, and it's, you know, especially, you know, now that the weather's kind of getting nicer depending on where you're at, just starting to get out more and getting to move the body. But let's see how we can work with this energy, Capricorn, Cancer. Oh, oh, put that energy to work. Hold on, Cancer. I'm with that. You go, okay, let me tell you why I'm excited. One, we got the Ace of Wands here in reverse. In Cancer, if we've been sitting on some energy, you know, and however this looks like for you, let's get this stuff moving. You know, the Ace of Wands is an opportunity to, it's that fuel, that spark of inspiration, that drive. And if we sit on that, Cancer, then it just ends up just sort of like accumulating, and then it's like, if it has nowhere to go, it's just like a buildup. You know, it's like if we're filling up a balloon with air, but it's, you know, we're not giving it a chance to, well, you know, eventually it would just pop, Cancer. You're not gonna pop, you know, let's be, you know what I'm trying to say, Cancer. But just getting, if we've been, I tell you, if we get this energy moving, you start coming up with different, let's see what else we got here. Yep, we start coming up with different ideas. We start feeling more harmonious. That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate that. Because we got the Page of Stars here, Cancer. And I feel like if we start, you know, getting that energy moving, if we're not, for example, then get that moving, because who knows what may inspire in you, Cancer. And I don't even mean just like ideas. You know, if we've been mulling over something for a while, maybe we've been, you know, weighing out like a situation that may have gone down. Maybe we had like an argument with someone. And if we get that energy moving, Cancer, you know, getting out in a different environment, that could be something that maybe we can find the answer, because, you know, one, we're making peace within here, you know, kind of playing this out, maybe seeing how they played a part, how we played a part. And then who knows how this may look, Cancer, but I just feel like that this is really, you know, when we, because sometimes, you know, I feel like too, you know, we may feel like we're, you know, maybe too tired to move the body. But one thing that I would say to that, Cancer, if we don't get in the practice of doing that, then give it a try, Cancer. Even on those days where you're maybe not feeling like quite high energy, again, you don't have to go super hard, but just doing just a little bit of something, it makes you feel even just a little bit more, because at least you can say that, like, okay, you know what, I moved the body today. You know, I did something kind for it, you know, nurtured it. And it, again, 5 minutes, you know, it doesn't have to be anything strenuous, but, you know, getting it in a routine. And that's something else I was thinking with this energy too, Cancer. Just thinking with the discipline and the pushing forward, you know, and the self-improvement, whatever it is, you know, this doesn't just have to be, you know, focusing on bodybuilding, you know, wherever we're trying to strengthen whatever area in our life, Cancer, you know, keeping that discipline, making that, you know, making this a routine, you know, Capricorn energy, the opposite sign of us, you know, when especially if it's going to be for the betterment, you know, it may be, even if it's a little uncomfortable, even if they have to do kick-throughs with kettlebells, you know, they're going to get it done because they know the results are going to be worth it in the long run. And it does, Cancer. The more we start working with these energies and start really, whatever this is that you're working on, they all do add up. And it really does, the person that you become over time as you're compounding these amazing skills that you're learning. It really is extraordinary. More. Let's see what else we got. Okay. Oh, Cancer. We got more. We got the Nine of Moons here, and we got the Chariot in reverse. All right, Cancer. And with the Nine of Moons, think of this card as like being a magnet. If you're trying to attract love, for example, then we start doing loving things for ourselves. We start two of moons. This is the Two of Cups in traditional decks. And we start doing loving things for ourselves, taking care of the body, treating, doing nice things for it. Maybe if we have any furry friends, any animals, or maybe any plants or kids or something, expressing love there, maybe even just, if you get in that energy, then that you become, that's what you're attracting, Cancer. And I feel that if we've been feeling like things have been just sort of been kind of down as of late, maybe the energy feels like it's become a little stagnant, like we can't seem to get ahead, or that, just maybe stuck in a rut. Move that energy around, Cancer, however that looks, and and just keep up these routines that that we're working in, these habits that we're focusing on that are raising our vibration, because it may feel a little, you may come to points where you feel kind of tested, where we don't feel like bringing it that day, or it's just like not, the head may not quite be in it, but remember, Cancer, even when we're not feeling, even on the lower kind of days, it's just another cycle, and we're going to pass through this. You're going to get through that just fine, and just bring it, whatever energy you have that day, bring it 100% for that day. You know what I mean? You don't have to, I don't feel like you have to, make it more difficult than it needs to be, or really force yourself in those aspects, Cancer. But just being in more of that energy and kind of that more uplifting kind of, just whatever you're trying to attract in your life, just doing these things and moving this energy, I really feel like that will help you in the long run, Cancer. It would be a great way to work with this energy. But let's see what are some challenges that we may have with working with this, or that we may come into, Cancer. I'm just thinking with this Chariot too, maybe some of us feel like we won't be able to rise to that occasion, or that we can't push sometimes, but you totally can, Cancer. You're the Chariot. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, interesting. So we got the Two of Swords and the Ten of Stars in reverse, and then we have the Nine of Wands upright. And so, maybe some challenges, Cancer. I feel like with this, maybe because maybe for some of us, maybe we're not feeling or seeing the results that we would like, and we're wondering if this is a proper investment, if this is something that's really getting us towards that, that stability, towards that, that where we're feeling like we're really, really getting closer to our journey here. And I feel like, Cancer, these are normal kind of things, sometimes when we're doing these self-improvements, we hit these hurdles along the way. And it's just, with this Knight of Wands, I feel like it's, just finding the energy to power through. And again, power through for that day, make this, I hope this is making sense. It's like when this is saying push forward in the sense of the energy that you have for that day. It's just like I'm just thinking about with a workout. There are times where there'll be some days you're lifting 50 pounds at the gym and you're doing great, and then there are some days where maybe you didn't have a good night's sleep, or maybe Mercury's in retrograde, or something along those lines, and then we go the next time and then we're only able to lift 40 that day. But hey, if that's the 100 that you have for that day, let that that totally counts, Cancer. Any little thing that's building towards this 10 of stars here is absolutely, you know, it's totally worth it. And, you know, and especially if you know that it's going to raise your vibration in the long run, don't doubt your intuition for a second. You know, it's normal to have, like, you know, sometimes he's just like, is this the right way? But, you know, those are, you know, it's like, I don't want to say it's like higher self like testing us, but it's just like, you know, Cancer, this is just, you know, we gotta, this is how routine is made, you know, how the habits are formed, and, you know, how the greatness is built here. So I hope that makes sense. Let's get some more on that. Okay, we got the Page of Wands here. And with the Page of Wands, Cancer, you know, I feel like with this, you know, maybe for some of us, you know, when things do get hard, you know, it can feel, I guess sometimes it can feel like it's hard to kind of see, you know, how this may be helping, especially if we're not maybe seeing the results that we want as quickly as we would like, Cancer. But maybe this may be something where, oh, hold on, Cancer. This may be something where if we're noticing we're not seeing results for, and I'm just because we're on the workout routine here. Let's say we've been running for a while, and, you know, maybe like we've been working our butts off, and, you know, just been running just like crazy, but it's been a lot of work and we're not enjoying it, and it gets you. And, you know, when it comes to just thinking about just working out in general, you know, if we get to a place where we're doing it and we're not like enjoying it, we're just kind of doing it just for the results, like, you know, working out where it can be tough. We don't want to get to where we're hating workouts, you know what I mean, where it's not like a dreading type of thing. It wants to be like a, all right, let's get ready, all right, we're about ready to bring it today. But where the point I'm going to try, or that I'm getting to, is that if we notice that maybe like running, for example, isn't working for you, maybe trying switching it up a little bit. Maybe try working out from home, maybe doing some like high intensity interval training, or maybe try doing strength training at home. And then, you know, if we're thinking like, well, I don't have equipment and things, well, improvise, Cancer. Use your imagination. We can use some gallon jugs. We can maybe get some of those big laundry detergent things. We can get, you know, some good ones. Those things that they deliver for the water. You know, those coolers, Cancer, that you would see like at an office that get you the water. They got like the hot and the cold. Those things. You can get something like that. Those are like 5 gallons. Look at you, Cancer, so ripped. But just making it work for you if you're finding that this thing is not, you know, because we want to find a balance, you know, that we want this to be an improvement, but we want to enjoy the process too, you know. We want to feel like we're pushing ourselves, but that it's worth it in the long run. Let's see what else we got here, Cancer. So like another thing, for example, I'm just thinking like with, let's say if we were learning like a language, let's say if we've been doing like maybe 30 minutes a day, and maybe it doesn't feel like it's sticking like you want it to. Maybe breaking up the segment, or like doing like maybe smaller segments, maybe doing, instead of 30 minutes, like one chunk, maybe doing like 10, maybe 3 10-minute days, or maybe 2 15 minutes, you know, just like switching some things up, Cancer, you know, really trying to make this whatever improvement, you know, working for you. You know, we could sit here and I could give you examples all day, Cancer. Let's see what else we got. Interesting. I like that. Yeah, the 7 of Stars in reverse here, Cancer. And, you know, I feel like the challenge, you know, just like, is this worth it? If we ever have that question, Cancer, you know, is this worth it? You know, what am I getting out of this? Just think about where you're trying to be. Is it, if it's raising your vibration, you know, if it's getting you to that embody that that highest version that you envision, then I say it's absolutely worth it, you know, whatever it is that you're working on. But if you are feeling like that this has been like a really big challenge, and that, you know, that maybe it feels like you're not getting back what you're putting in, then I feel like maybe either let's adjust, or maybe let's table this and maybe work on a different area. And then maybe when we work on something something different, maybe we'll come across like we'll think of like an idea for this other thing, and it'll just all kind of work out, Cancer. So, you know, just really, you know, the nice thing about these lunar cycles too, just because even if we start with one thing and maybe we find out that maybe we took on a little bit too much, you know, this go round, you can, that's the beautiful about the end of the cycle. We can reflect, we can trim some stuff down, we can tweak things, and then we tackle it hard again for the next lunar cycle, Cancer. But be kind to yourself, you know, and it's a learning process, you know, and that's what makes this experience a little, you know, a lot, you know, it makes it fun, you know. But let's get some advice from Venus. Let's see what the Empress has to say. Okay, it's like we got the Hanged Man 1, Cancer, and then interested, I'm with that, and we got the Tower in reverse. That's what I'm talking about, Cancer, because see, with this Hanged Man, like I was talking about earlier, if we feel like whatever this is that we set up during this lunar cycle, you know, if we find that how we're going about it isn't working, or we seem to be like hitting more hurdles than we feel like is really more than what we signed up for here, Cancer, I feel like this Tower is saying let's change it up then. Let's take some action, Mars energy, and let's switch this up. Let's make this work for us. And considering that Mars is in our sign, Cancer, you know, you can take this, whatever it is that you're working on. We don't have to let this become like a thing that frustrates us. We take that frustration and channel that into nurturing a solution, you know, coming up with a new way that we can work with that. Because if this old way isn't working, that's what the Tower is about. Making these tweaks, and that's life, Cancer. It's, you know, it's constant tweaks and thinking about different perspectives. You know, there are some days where it's like we're working on this stuff and things are hitting great, and then you do the same thing the next day and it's just like, what happened? we were bringing it, we were doing kick throughs, and then the next day we're falling on our butts here. But you know, Cancer, I feel like if you know, we all can get through this, but I really feel like, you know, Cancerians, we got this. You know, it's when it comes to dealing with this cyclical stuff, we absolutely, hands down, are bosses. So, more, thank you, Venus. Let's see what else we got here, Cancer. Seven of Swords. You know, I feel like the Seven of Swords, anymore. Okay. All right, Cancer, what's, we're gonna switch back over here. Oh, maybe if I can find my mouse. There you go. So last card here, Cancer, you got the Seven of Swords. And I feel like with the Seven of Swords, you know, when it comes to acquiring these skills and learning this stuff, you know, there are going to be times when we're telling ourselves, you know, like, you know, am I really doing this? Is this really worth it? Like, you know, we start with the doubts and the misconceptions that we may tell ourselves. Because I was thinking with the Hanged Man, this is Neptune energy, and Neptune sometimes can deal with, you know, or sometimes their energies deal with like illusions, and you know, just one of the things that Neptune embodies. And I just feel like, you know, that's some stuff that we may tell ourselves, like, oh, this isn't worth it, you know, I can't do this. And it's just like, no, you absolutely can, Cancer. It's just like, how can we do this more efficiently? How can we do this? How can we make this work for us, you know? And then start crafting that, start making that thing work. And then before you know, you are in control of these Tower moments here. The Tower isn't happening to you. You know what I mean, Cancer? And that's a powerful place to be, you know, because the Tower is a fantastic card. It's showing you taking growth into your hands and taking this and claiming your Ten of Pentacles, making your constellation here, your starry night, Cancer. So go ahead, Chariot. I like that. I think I'm gonna leave that there, Cancer. Look at you. But yeah, if you know something resonated with you, Cancer, give it a thumbs up. And share this, if we notice that, maybe we have a friend, Cancerian friend that may be kind of struggling with this growth stuff. It happens, Cancer, but we reflect, and then we get right back on there and we power through and get to our victory. Because Cancer, come on, we're represented by the Chariot. You're just naturally a winner. That's what the tarot was just trying to tell you. I mean, look at that. Thank you, Chariot. That's why we're friends. And then Cancer, while we're all out there making friends, tell them all to subscribe and then hit that bell button if they want to get notified when I release videos each week. And then as far as like groups, social media, how I'm forming soul tribe stuff, Cancer, I'm just like all over the place. Insight Timer, it's a meditation app. I created a group on there called Zodiac's Raising the Vibration. And it's just a group to, right now, just drop like positive affirmations or enlightening messages, while you're going through your growth here, Cancer. Oh, and Cancer, that just dawned on me. Mars and Cancer. I love when you sync up with the energies. But, and again, while you're syncing up with the energies, again, you wise sage, drop some wisdom in this group here. It's Zodiac Raising in the Vibration. And as it grows, I want to do where we'll like maybe schedule like meditations. I was thinking like Void a Course with the Queen of Cups, it's just a whole bunch of stuff, Cancer. So come check that out. It's on the app Insight Timer. And then lastly, check your sun, your moon, your rising, your Mars. You can check your Neptune placement. That's more like a generational kind of placement. The uniqueness of that will be kind of where like it's placed in your like house. So fun little fact there, Cancer. Learn a little bit about yourself. And then come on over to my channel, Alchemist 8. I do weekly videos there, the occasional monthly one when the sun changes signs. It's a great old time. And all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here so I can get you out of here. Nice, Cancer. You got the 8 of Moons in reverse here, and we'll talk about that. Let's get an oracle card here. Ooh. All right, Cancer. And then we got the Nourish card in reverse here. And with this Nourish card, Cancer, nourish yourself. Take care. It's always worth it, and don't, and try not to let it be where it becomes like this arduous thing, where yes, putting in this stuff does require some work, of course, but it doesn't have to be something that we're dreading each day. If you're changing up like your diet, for example, we don't have to like cut maybe everything out at once. Ease yourself into that, maybe finding like, let's say if we're going vegetarian, for example, like maybe we think about, just like like working on subbing stuff like each week. Every time we go to a grocery store, okay, I'm going to work on this week, and the next we're going to cut out this. Make it work for you, but don't let it get to a place where we start thinking that this growth isn't worth it, or that it's not, leaving these old stuff behind to work in some new habits is not, not worth it in the long run, Cancer. This growth, it's because you're not just letting stuff go. You're accumulating new skills. You're getting this vessel, just keeping it healthy and keeping your mind. Because when the body's healthy, that helps the mind, which helps the soul, and then everything it's just in harmony, Cancer. So yeah, Cancer, work on to keep this stuff up. Let's keep every lunar cycle. And then what? To those of you who have your moon in Libra, happy lunar return. And this is a great energies for every time the lunar return comes around to correct any sort of like habits that we want to and to incorporate some new stuff. So happy lunar return to you all. But I think I'm going to leave that there, Cancer. So you stay safe out there. You keep eyes on that full moon, and bond with the moon, maybe take some time for yourself, and then maybe bond, with some friends, family, loved ones, just for the next couple days, and well, for always, Cancer, but really enjoy these next few couple days, and I will catch you on the next one tomorrow.